Thank you for joining me. Welcome and good evening. Naturalnews.tv or youtube.com, Magnus Mulliner. Here's a question for you. Do you love yourself? Could you marry yourself? Would you want to marry yourself? Interesting. What came up for you when I asked those questions? Here's the deal as I know it. You can't love anyone any more than you love yourself. You can't give what you haven't got. I can't fix my hybrid Prius any better than I can fix somebody else's. It is your birthright to love yourself. I'm not talking about narcissism and ostentatiousness. I'm talking about love for who you are. Now, some of you listening to this recording will say you do love yourself. And I'm not here to challenge that. But what I have found is the people that do not love themselves to varying degrees will wear makeup, and I'm not just referring to women, will dye their hair, will change something about themselves because they don't like it. They'll wear clothes that either hide who they are, make themselves look smaller or bigger, because they do not love themselves. There'll be something they don't love. So here's my first invite. If you can stand for 2 minutes naked in front of a mirror, you might need to lock your door or certainly close it so no one sees you, and just spend 2 minutes looking at yourself without that chattering monkey, which is your ego. Ego stands for edging God out. Dr. Wayne Dyer, love the bloke. It's telling you you're not good enough. Oh, look at that. And commenting all those things that you don't like about yourself. And I would actually challenge a lot of those things, because those are the things that you do not see. You'll label them with your emotions, because think about it. If you look in front of a mirror, even if you just looked at your face, you can't see fat, you can't see ugly, you can't even see beautiful. What you can see would be your eyes, your lips, your hair. Well, some of you could probably see your hair. I'm slightly follically challenged, but those are things you can see. What you can't see are the descriptive words, which we kind of bring together and then make ourselves not feel good. So when I ask you the question, do you love yourself? If you do not love yourself, my invite for you is to find something that you like about yourself. And when you focus on something, eventually it will grow. And then you may find something that you love about yourself. Who are you to feel less than? And the reason that you do is because of how you've been indoctrinated, programmed or conditioned by the social mirror, by your environment, because we are all products of our environment. And many people who cause themselves stress through not loving themselves will also teach others not to love themselves. They don't tell them that, they just are in the being. So my invite is to find all those things that you love about yourself and be joyous about it. Celebrate it. I'm not saying don't wear makeup or don't dye your hair. That's not where I'm coming from. I hope this recording is going beyond that. But if you are trying to hide something because you don't like yourself, it's like what I call a kink. We all have our own kinks. I've got loads of kinks. And what we do is we actually teach other people about our kinks. We're not even conscious of it. So just become mindful, just become aware, just become conscious of the fact that love exists. Now, one of my great mentors is called Paul Chek. That's spelled C-H-E-K. You can go to Chek.com, sorry, the ChekInstitute.com if you want to find out more. And as one of his practitioners, what I learnt is that there are 4 levels of love, and I would like to remind you what those levels are. The first level is called sex and violence loving. We were born from an act of sex. Some of us perhaps got a slap when we came out. We may fall over. We may get stung by animals. These are all forms of love, the very lowest form of love. And some people actually live in that environment of perhaps a lot of shouting and aggression, pugnacity, and maybe whether it's physical or mental, emotional. That is the first form or first stage of love. A lot of people get stuck there. The second would be what we call conditional love. Where, and you might be mindful of this, I certainly am, where if we do something to get something and it doesn't happen, we then change our opinion about that individual. In other words, it comes with a condition. I'll love you if you do X, Y or Z. I won't love you if you behave that way. Where in our lives does that show up where we show conditional love? I'm certainly conscious of that. I mean, having an expectation is just not a good idea. Begin with the end in mind, absolutely, but when you expect something, by default you'll create something you don't want, and you'll go to that area and then not feel good about it. So just become aware of it. Just become mindful. The third stage of loving would be empathic and compassionate loving. And that could be close to those avatars like Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and some of them have even crossed over to the stage 4, which he labels as unconditional love. Well, that's like saying the same thing twice. I would just label it as love. And any one stage we can move up and down, but the idea would be certainly to move to a higher level, a higher frequency, which would be at stage 3 and 4, where whatever goes on, you can still love the situation. You don't need to judge it. If you judge it, that brings stress to you. Remember, everything is a mirror to us. What we like and do not like about ourselves, we will see in other people and other things. Everything starts with self. Your level of health is but a reflection of your self-esteem. Please remember that. So if your level of self-esteem is low, then your health vibration will be low as well. So my invite again is just to understand that you are love, and to find those things that you love about yourself. And when you find them, you will then pass that on and teach it to others. And that's where the journey, exciting journey, continues. There's a lot of information in this recording. You may need to listen to it again. And my hope is that you find something that connects with you. The thing that I love about myself is that I am continually learning. And I'm continually applying that which I remind others. I don't teach you anything. I just remind you what you may have forgotten. And that basically is a lot about me. I love learning. And my invite for you is to continue that journey with yourself. And as always, have fun and love, because any time above ground is fantastic. Love life. My love, passion, bye-bye.